What I'm going to do really quick here is teach you how to read my templates. It's actually pretty simple. I know looking at it for the first time, it might look a little intimidating, but I guarantee you it's very simple, especially after you use it for a couple of weeks. So bear with me here, and I'm going to go over the very need to know stuff on this sheet. So basically what you'll see first is the week that you're on at the top. Then you'll see the plan. At the top, you'll see some numbers here. For now, don't really worry about those numbers. I'll get back to them in a second. Essentially, what you see here is a lot of exercises and numbers. And I'm going to tell you what exercises or what numbers you need to look at. So you'll see the whole sheet here. You'll see day 1, day 2, day 3, and if you were to have more days, it would be here as well, but there's just 3 days. At the bottom of the sheet, you'll see some notes section. On the left, there is the abbreviations. So throughout the sheets and the workouts, I use abbreviations on the exercises. This is basically just showing you what those abbreviations mean. So DB means dumbbell, etc. Over here, you have some notes section. Basically, what this is saying is that if you don't have the equipment that I'm showing you in the video, feel free to pick something that's very similar. Try to mimic that same movement with another piece of equipment, whether it be cables or bands or a dumbbell. That's okay, because not all gyms are the same and not all gyms have the same equipment. Next over here, I want you to know that the weight that I suggest for barbell exercises includes the weight of the barbell of 45 pounds. So if you get a weight of 50 pounds, it would be the barbell plus 2.5 pounds on each side to make a total of 50 pounds. For dumbbell exercises, the weight that is suggested is the weight held in each hand. So if the weight says 20 pounds, you'll hold a 20 in your right and your left. For single arm and leg exercises, the reps listed are each limb. So if it says dumbbell lunge, 10 reps, you would do 10 reps with each leg. And then you have the cardio section down here. But let's go back up to the top and we'll explain it really quick. So what you'll see is the exercise up here. And how these exercises work is they're all hyperlinked to YouTube. So I could click on any one of these exercises and it will open up my YouTube channel and display that exercise. So that's a awesome video of me doing a kettlebell sumo deadlift. So that's that. We're going to go back to the sheet again. Actually, let's go back here and we'll X out here. So back to the sheet. So you have the demos on every single exercise to know exactly what you're doing. And then next to that exercise, you'll see a percentage. That's for me as I make these templates. And so don't really worry about those numbers at all. And also you'll see percentages down here on the left side of every exercise. Again, that's not really information that you need to know or need to use. That's basically for me when I'm writing these programs. The thing you do need to watch for is these right here. So you'll see the weight is on the left and the reps is on the right. So for the first set of a barbell hip thruster, you would do 50 pounds for 10 reps. The next set you would do 60 pounds for 20 reps, and so on and so forth until you finish. Then you move on to sumo deadlift, and you would have 27.5 pounds. And if you don't have that weight specifically, just pick something as close as possible for 10 reps, 35 for 15, and so on and so forth. Same thing as you go throughout all of these exercises. So you'll see the primary exercises, or what I mean by primary is the most important, or the one that takes the most coordination or effort usually is in the left side as primary. Then you'll have auxiliary exercises over here. So these are basically auxiliary exercises are used to complement the primary that you're doing that day. So these are the exercises that you kind of do. They're smaller muscle groups. They are assisting exercises. So you'll see dumbbell Bulgarian squat, Swiss ball leg curl, face pull, dumbbell Powell raise, tricep push down. And how you kind of move through. And then on the far right, you have your core exercises as well. So you have reach ups, 30 reps, 15 each, 30 seconds, and go through this 3 times. And how you go through these exercises is kind of up to you. So some gyms are busier than others and don't really allow you to circuit style or superset or go back and forth around too much. You might be stuck in one area. That's okay. In that case, you'll just sit there and do barbell hip thrusters set for set for set until you're done, and then move on to the next exercise. Same thing, and move on to the next exercise. If you do have a gym that it's a little more spread out, a lot of more equipment available, it is possible to superset these exercises, or what I mean by that is pair them up or go back and forth between two. When you do that, though, you just want to make sure that they are opposing muscle groups or different muscle groups. As you'll notice, the very first three exercises, these are all leg exercises, so I would recommend doing them all separately. These exercises, however, when you get to the auxiliary, you'll notice they're different muscle groups. You have triceps here, you have this is a shoulder exercise here. So when you get to these two and these two, feel free to bounce back and forth between these exercises, sort of like a circuit style, or just two exercises. It's a superset. So you do 20 reps on the leg curl, 20 reps on the face pull, 20 reps on the leg curl, and back and forth until you're done for 3 sets. Then you move on to the next two. It is possible to even circuit all 4 of these as a complex. So you could go Swiss ball leg curl, then a face pull, then a dumbbell powell raise, then a tricep push down, and then start back at the beginning again. And all that really does is, number one, allow you to finish a little bit quicker, so that while one muscle group is working, the other one, or is resting, the other one's working, and so on and so forth. But it also increases the metabolic effect of that workout. So your heart rate's going to be up a little bit higher doing it circuit style. But just make sure that when you do pair these exercises up or do them as a circuit, the whole goal is that you do this weight for this amount of reps. So if you're going too fast, or if you're making yourself too tired by pairing these up and you're not able to get the weight or the reps, then it's not worth the circuit. So either go slower or do not pair up as many exercises. So that's just an option. You can do these all separately. That's totally fine. And you can pair some of these exercises up if you like as well. Then you just move on to day 2 and day 3 until you're done. And so the reason why it says day 1, day 2, day 3 is it does not matter what days you do these on, whether it's Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or so on. Just make sure that they're done in the order that they're listed, and that there's 24 hours break, or at least 24 hours break between each workout. So example will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Whatever you would like to do to get in those 3 workouts, but also allow for a day of rest in between, in which case the rest days you do the cardio for this workout. So again, these weights are only suggested weights. Use them if you like, but feel free to modify it as much as you like as well. So if you do go through these exercises and you realize, as these sit right now, all these numbers say 100 up here. If you notice that any of these are too light or too heavy, a Bulgarian squat is a lower body exercise. So that is based off of the squat exercise up here. So if you're using heavier weight than this, what you'll notice is I can just bump this up to, let's say, 150. And you'll notice these exercises will all increase in weight. All of the leg exercises will increase in weight. So that's what these numbers up here do, is they dictate the amount of weight used for all the other exercises. So you can kind of play with this a little bit at the top. Upper body exercises are based on the bench press. So if you do know how much you bench press for 1 rep, you can enter it in. Say it's 300 pounds. And you'll see the weights here automatically change. So you see the upper body weights change. But again, you don't have to use these numbers up here. You can stick to the numbers that it gives you, but just know that you want to try to fatigue yourself. So you're doing 20 reps. Pick a weight where you get about 20 reps in and you don't think you could do much more. Same thing with sumo deadlift. You're doing 15 reps. Pick a weight where it fatigues you around rep 14 or 15. That's the main concept. And the whole purpose of me suggesting weights is that you don't have to think about it, so that I can basically increase or decrease weights for you from week over week. So 1 week you will do 60 pounds for 20 reps. The next week you might do 75 pounds for 15 reps. So that allows me to kind of adjust your weights as we go, or periodize it, which is a very important concept in resistance training. So that's the purpose of suggesting the weights, so that you don't have to think about it, and so that it improves your results over time. Of course, that's basically all you need to know about this sheet. If there's anything else, if you have any more questions, feel free to drop me a message. And that is it. Have fun, guys.